Hello, welcome to the fourth episode, Lesson in English. I am Dr. Praveen. Before we proceed, I would like you all to have a look at the lesson plan in English for a constructivist classroom available in the text content section, which you can click and download. This particular lesson is based on the poem entitled The Last Bargain by Rabindranath Tagore. The poem is prescribed for study in Honey Dew, the textbook for English for Class 8, published by the NCERT. Now, you must have all seen experienced teachers teaching spontaneously. But remember, they are actually working from plans that prepared earlier and refined their performance through reflection and self-evaluation. A well-prepared lesson plan will have a structure and will provide a sense of direction. You must have seen the learning objectives identified at the beginning of the lesson plan. The learner familiarizes with the relationship between the lure of money and happiness, reads and analyzes the literary piece to get the theme, identifies the ornamental use of language, enjoys the poem and appreciates it, constructs description, reflects on the connotative and denotative aspects. Please note that if you intend to use this lesson plan, you will have to make necessary changes so that it suits the level of the learner of your class. In the lesson plan, prerequisite knowledge is identified and the gist of the content is also mentioned. You will have noted that the lesson design has 4 columns. The first column is about the stages or phases of the lesson. The second column specifies the initiatives by the teacher in the class. The third column, the activities and processes in the class to ensure student learning. The fourth column lists the questions to ensure continuous assessment as the lesson progresses. The phases of the lesson include rapport building, introduction, linking to the content, development, activities. The activities will include questions aimed at ensuring general comprehension, close reading, appreciation and application, and the lesson will end with a review. Now, if you wish to deliver an effective constructivist lesson, you have to think carefully about the role of the teacher and the learner. When you are planning for a constructivist lesson plan in such a way that your learners are actively engaged in a democratic environment, the activities should be both student-centered and interactive. Your role as a teacher should be one which facilitates a process of learning and encourages your learner to be responsible and autonomous. Those new to lesson planning should remember that the lesson plan supplied is only a roadmap, for it has great scope for refinement. If you are using this lesson plan for teaching, refer to it only to ensure a flow in your actual teaching. Feel free to refine the activities included to match your student need. An edited version of a class being engaged, which closely follows the lesson plan, is also available for viewing in the e-tutorial section. After viewing the video, post your comments and observations in the discussion forum in less than 100 words. Use the discussion thread Lesson in English and you have to answer the following questions to commence a discussion. 1. Identify an instance of constructivist teaching strategy followed by the teacher. 2. What did you like in the lesson and why? 3. Suggest another activity suitable for a constructivist classroom. You should remember something. After posting your answer, comment on the post of at least one participant. And please remember to be polite when you respond to the comments of peers who are taking the course along with you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm Dr. Praveen. I'm coming from Kerala State. I just came to Mysore 2 days ago. And when I came here, I found that there was some festival going on. What was that festival?
Dasara.
Fine, and the Mysore Palace was all illuminated. Did you go out to see the illumination?
Yes, sir.
Fine, good. Now, today I'll be going to engage a lesson for you. Just I want you to look at the visual here. You see, what do you see here in this visual?
Sir, a diver.
A diver, okay. And for some people this is a job, diving, you know. Does anyone in this class know how to dive? No, fine. Is this a dangerous job?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why is it dangerous?
Sir, because there are many predatory species.
True, yes. It's slightly risky. But you know, if you go dive deep, you can see so many things, you know. Okay, fine. For some people, this is a job, okay. Now, look at that. This is a job of a cashier in a bank, okay. Do bank employees earn a lot of money?
Yes, sir.
So, will money bring happiness?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, now, sometimes, you know, this can be a risky job. Why? When you're yes.
Sir, there may be the mistake of counting.
There may be mistake of counting and you will be responsible. You will be held responsible. You're right. Good. Now look at this. You have seen this gentleman. Imagine he's a king. Suppose he is offering you a job. This man is offering you a job. Will you take up the job?
No, sir.
Why? Do you think he is cruel?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. You see, so now you're all young. After some time, you will have to take up a job, right? Have you thought about what kind of job you would like to take up in future?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. But then, you know, sometimes not all jobs will give you happiness. And there's a poem in your reader. Okay? Let us see that. This is the title of the poem is The Last Bargain. It's in the class 8 reader. And have you seen this person? Who is this?
Yes, sir.
What is he famous for?
Sir,
Yes, it's all the national anthem. Fine, good. Now he has written a poem, and this is about a person going out in search of jobs. Okay, there are 3 or 4 stanzas in the poem. Okay, now will you all open your book at page number 57? Page number 57. Please open. And you know what a bargain is? You know what's the meaning of bargain? When somebody says, I'll do something, and in return the other person does something. Imagine you have a farm with a lot of what should I say, animals there, and you would like to go to the city to bring something. Then somebody may steal it. So one man says, I will look after your cattle. You go and when you come back, get me something. So some bargain. I look after this. You bring something for me. So some kind of understanding. It's a bargain. You do something for something. Good. Now, here you will see a gentleman going out in search of jobs. Will you read that, the first stanza, all of you? Read the first stanza by yourself. Please read the first stanza of the poem. Only the first stanza. Did you read?
Yes.
How many people are mentioned in the poem? In the first answer, how many people are mentioned? Two. Fine. One at a time you must answer, okay? Who are the people mentioned in the poem?
Sir,
This
king,
first answer, the king and
king and
the...
the boy who was searching for a
Fine,
job.
very good. Now, will you read the next answer, please? Okay. Well, how many people are mentioned in the second stanza?
2 people.
2 people, good. Now read the third stanza. Did you read?
Yes, sir.
Good. How many people are mentioned in the third stanza?
Sir, 2.
Also 2. Now you read the last stanza. Okay. Now, can one of you tell me, in the whole poem, how many people are mentioned in the whole poem? How many people are mentioned there? Okay. Monica, can you list them one by one? Who are these people?
Sir.
Huh.
One boy,
Fine.
king,
King,
old man,
old man,
maid,
maid, fine,
a child.
a child. Okay. Okay, now please read once again, and if you do not know the meaning of any word, you ask me. If you know all the words, I am going to ask you a question. Okay? Please read once again the whole poem, and then if you have any difficult words, you can ask me. Do you have any difficult words there? No. Will you please look at the computer screen? Now, these are there's a reference to the visual here in one of these lines. Yes. One of you say. Who will say? Yes. Why don't you say?
Sir, crooked.
Crooked lanes. Yes. You have seen lanes like this in Mysore. Have you seen lanes like this?
Yes.
Very good. What is this? Can you identify the word which explains what that is? Identify the word. What are they doing?
Thinking.
Exactly, they are thinking. Which is a word that means thinking in the poem? Yes, Monica?
Sir, higher.
Hire means like in an auto rickshaw, if you want to get an auto, you are hiring an auto rickshaw. That's what. Shall I give?
So maybe pondered.
Ponder. You're absolutely right. It is pondered. Pondered means to think. Okay. Now look at this. Can you tell me there's a word in this? Yes. Yes. Why don't you do that? Yes. Hedge. Absolutely right. Hedge is a kind of boundary for a house. Do your houses have walls, or do you have hedges like this?
Walls.
All of you have walls. But if you go to villages, you will see hedges like this. Okay, it comes as some kind of a boundary for the house. Fine. What do you see? Is there a word in this which refers? Can you identify the word? Something that is shining. Well, let us. Yes, will you say?
Glistened.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Glisten is right. It's shining. Okay. Fine. Now let us try to get a general understanding of what the poem is about. Now I'll be displaying a few questions here. Can you see the questions here? Now this because we cannot have more than 5 pairs. There are 3 in number. We'll do one thing. Try to answer these questions one by one. Try to answer these questions. Can you see the question? There are 4 stanzas for each. Please try to answer these questions. Share it with your friend. Answer how many people are there? How many people are there? You together and share your understanding. Now, read. Come to an understanding.
King,
Fine.
the man who is searching for job, the old man, fair man.
Check. You can check. I'll do read once again to see how many people are mentioned in the poem.
Hire you with my power.
Try to find out how many people are mentioned.
I'll hire you with my coins, gold coin. The maid said that I'll hire you with a smile.
And the child said that I'll hire you with nothing.
Okay, so let's listen to him. How many are mentioned there?
Sir, there are 5 people mentioned in
Okay,
this.
do you all agree? Is it 5?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. Who are they?
Sir, there are 5 people mentioned.
Okay. Can you tell who are they? Who are these people? Can you say who are those people?
So the man who is searching for a job, and the
Fine.
king, the old man,
Fine.
fair man, and the boy.
Do you think what she said is right? What she said is right? Good. So Kushi is right. Good, Kushi. Now the third question. What did each say? What did the king say?
Sir, king said,
Ah,
I will hire you with my power.
very good. What do you think the second man say?
Sir, the old man said that I'll hire you with my money.
Money. Is she right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. What did the maid do?
A maid said that I'll hire you with my smile.
Ah, but then what happened? What did the little boy on the beach say? Yes, yes,
Sir, he
Monica.
said I'll hire you with nothing.
Is she right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, for each, did this man who was looking for a job accept that?
Sir, no, sir, only one person.
Only the child.
Accepted child.
The boy's
child-
offer.
Boy, what did the boy say?
Sir, he said that I'll hire you with nothing.
Nothing. And still this man said, okay, I'll take up the job. That is strange. Good. Now, let us move on to the next part. Now, this time, there are questions in your reader on page number 75. This again, I would like you to answer on your own. Share your understanding with your friend sitting next to you. Share your understanding. Come to a correct answer. Discuss. Come to a correct answer.
First answer.
You're doing well.
More
Good.
power
Keep it
than
up.
wealth.
Good.
The Rabindranath Tagore. And it did not matter for the man. I'll hire you with nothing. Power counted for not having.
Fine. Did you answer all the questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's begin. What's the answer for the first question? Who is the speaker in the poem?
Rabindranath Tagore.
True. And here, that man who's searching for a job could also be the speaker. Don't you think so? Fine. The king's sword in hand, what does it suggest? What the king's sword? Yes, there are three choices. You tell me one choice.
Sir,
Your understanding, your group's understanding.
Sir, the third choice.
Third, what is it?
More power than wealth.
Power than wealth. Fine, fine. So the king has sword and fine, good. Okay, the third question, mark the appropriate item in the context of stanza 1. What did why did he turn down that offer? Well, can you tell me why he turned down that? Your group's understanding. Why did he turn down that offer?
Sir, because money cannot give him happiness, sir.
You think so? Money can't bring happiness? Is that a bag of gold? That won't bring happiness?
Sometimes.
Sometimes,
Only for
but not always.
few minutes or few.
Fine.
So
Yes.
he wanted a good job, not money.
Very good. Yes, he wanted a good job, not just money alone. Money alone cannot bring happiness. Fine, let's look at the next question. I have nothing to give you. Find the lines that match the following. The first one, no, you tell me the group answer. What is the first answer for this?
Sir, he raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I'll hire you with nothing.
Fine, you're right, you're right. Then, how did the speaker feel after talking to the child on the beach? Well, try, yes.
Sir, the speaker felt he is a free man now.
He's a free man now. Do you think that answer is right?
Yes, sir.
Without any thoughts. Get it.
Fine. Good. Now, poems are meant to be read aloud, I would like you all to read it, but with rhythm and intonation. Would you like to try? Who would like to read the first answer? They are always ready. Sakhi, would you like to try? Yes. Let Sakhi do. Read aloud with proper rhythm and intonation. There should be a rhythm in your reading, okay?
Come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking on the stone-paved road. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. He held my hand and said, I'll hire you with my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot.
Fine, fine. Would you like to read the second stanza? Yes, would you like to read the second stanza?
In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of wool. He pondered and said, I'll hire you with my money. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away.
Fine. Monica, would you like to read the third stanza?
It was evening. The garden hedge was all aflower. The fair maid came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears, and she went back alone into the dark.
And Abhiman, can you read the last stanza?
The sun glistened on the sand, and the sea waves broke waywardly. The child sat on the playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me, and said, I will hire you with nothing. From henceforward that bargain stuck in a child's plate made me a free man.
Good. Now, I will read a line. I want all of you to repeat with me, okay? Once I finish reading, you're all going to read it together, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'll read the first line, you will repeat with me. I'll continue for the first stanza. You'll do that. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Come and hire me, I cried while in the morning I was walking on the stone-paved road.
Come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking on the stone-paved road.
Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot.
Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot.
He held my hand and said,
He held my hand and said,
I will hire you with my power.
I will hire you with my power.
But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot.
But his power counted for naught, and he went away with his chariot.
Fine. In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors.
In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors.
I wandered along the crooked lane.
I wandered along the crooked lane.
An old man came out with his bag of gold.
An old man came out with his bag of gold.
He pondered and said,
He pondered and said,
I will hire you with my money.
I'll hire you with my money.
He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away.
He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away.
Would you like to read the first two stanzas together? When I say go, you will start. Are you all ready?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
read together. Go.
Come and hire.
Once again. Start.
Come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking on the stone-paved road. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. He held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I'll hire you with my money. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away.
Good. Now let us go to the next part. See, the child in the poem is a metaphor. You know what a metaphor is? Normally, when you say sometimes you might say, sometimes someone who is very courageous, he is like a lion, you might say. That's a simile, like. But suppose he is a lion, that is a metaphor. Similarly, the child, it is not the child, the child refers to inward happiness. In the poem, the child is referring to inward happiness. Okay, now you must have seen people who are doing in your neighborhood sometimes, but the job may not be fetching them a lot of money, but they will be happy. But there will be very rich people, they have lots of money, but they are not happy. Have you come across such people in your life? In your
Yes, sir.
neighborhood?
Yes, sir.
Can one of you narrate one incident? People may be poor, but they'll be very happy. Have you come across that in your neighborhood? Or people who are very rich but not happy? Have you seen in your neighborhood? Can you tell me any instance which you have seen, narrated?
Sir, in after,
Speak loud, pick up.
sir,
Huh.
sir, I have 4 lanes in my house.
Okay,
Sir, in the 4th lane there is one house, first house.
okay,
I have a friend there, his name is called Trishant.
okay,
Sir, they are very rich,
okay.
but their family, they hate each other.
You see that? Money doesn't sometimes bring happiness. Can anyone narrate another incident? Have you come across in life? Somebody? Fine, okay, you find out. Now, for the last part, what I want you to do is, after today when you go home, you've seen there are 5 episodes. Is there anyone who is good at drawing? No? Do you think you can draw what is happening on the first thing, a king coming in his chariot? Can you draw that?
Yes, sir.
That's one thing you can do. Have you come across similar poems in Kannada? Okay, you can think about it. Okay, so this is something you'll have to do as a homework. Okay, go home and read it again. Think about it. One day you will all be taking up a job. Always remember, the job may have a lot of perks, but then you may not be happy. Okay, you can think about it when you decide on taking up a job. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.